Breakups suck. The pain is real, the shock is real. It's a real blow to your system, to your self esteem, to your life. But the point of breakups is often missed in breakup advice. They're not what they seem. So today we're going to discuss practical strategies for you to move forward as quickly as possible. I'm Kristin Taylor. If you don't know me, I'm a best-selling author, master healer, and manifestation coach, and I help you get unstuck and live the life of your dreams. So I've helped thousands of people through breakups and divorce, and today we're going to look at why breakups are really breakthroughs and practical tips you can use now. So the breakup, it's actually an upgrade. It's not an ending, it's an upgrade to a new timeline. So an easy way, I teach timeline jumping. Timeline jumping and manifestation is one of my areas I focus on. And when I explain different timelines, I explain that it's like a video game. So life is like a video game. And the old level where you were with your ex, you can't stay at. What worked for you at level 5 doesn't work for you at level 8. It just doesn't. So when you break up, you're graduating to a new timeline. Lots of things help us graduate to a new timeline. New job, our friends can change. We can have new friends that are more in line with who we're becoming and our best version of ourselves. And the old relationship was for the old you. The new you needs something different. The old you has different needs, has different expectations. The new you might put up with less. The new you might love yourself more. The new you might have more self-care or prioritize your own needs more. You might not abandon yourself anymore. And the old relationship was for when you did all that. That's one possible scenario. So it's really an upgrade. When you evolve, what doesn't serve you must go. That's just universal law. What used to fit you won't necessarily fit you moving forward. So the first advice I have for you, what I would tell you if you were my client or my student, is that the shock period is real. So the first 2 days, your nervous system had a shock, you had a shock, you've had the equivalent of a death, you're grieving, and everything feels heavy, terrible, wrong. It's completely normal. Honor this phase and support yourself through it. Some easy ways to do that are to rest as much as possible, have extreme self-care for like 2 to 3 days. Eat healthy if you can, move your body, gentle exercise. Try to get out and moving rather than holding up on the couch all day if you can, but do what feels good. I would say to not resist your emotions. Let yourself cry, feel angry or hurt. Uh, Fighting your feelings makes them stronger. So acceptance speeds healing. So accept it all. Say thank you. I accept it all. It's really good. It's a very mature spiritual practice to accept and have gratitude for the bad. If you can do that for what is uncomfortable, what is unpleasant, that really helps. That really helps to speed you along. So that's a really good thing to do if you can do it. But just accepting the negative emotions is a really good start. So the next tip I would have for you if you're just starting out with your breakup, you've just had the shock of it, is to get the energy moving. Now, processing energy is something that I really advise my clients to do. I have quite a few ways to do that I'm going to tell you about that you can do it on your own. And the first thing is to free write or journal everything you feel. Get it out. Get it on the paper. And then once you get it on the paper, burn it or rip it up. It's the best thing to do. Write a letter to your ex that you don't send. Again, rip it up or burn it when you're done. It just helps to transmute the energy. And then if you're angry, you can punch a pillow. Just get it all out. You can, if you're in a place where you can scream, you can just let yourself scream if it's not going to alarm the neighbors. Or you could go out in the woods if you can, depending on where you live. Shake your body to release the old trauma, the old stress. And try to commit to doing it intensely, but not too much, like maybe 1 or 2 of these activities a day. So you want to focus on processing, but not wallowing. So dive in and out, like do an activity and then take a break. so you're not just getting yourself in a negative, more negative mindset. We don't want to wallow because that's not helping process anything. Um, if you don't know if you're wallowing or processing, just give yourself some grace and get through the first few days. Don't rush. There's no timeline for this, so don't pressure yourself. Go step by step. Honor your own pace with how you're feeling. And if you've just had a breakup, stop the video now. That's my advice, because the rest of it's just going to overwhelm you. So let's not overwhelm you. Get through the first few days, and then you can listen to the rest of the video when you have the headspace. So once you've gotten through the first few days, let's go through some practical tips for the energetic side of a breakup, for getting you through it as quickly as possible. So the first thing is to set the firm intention to let go. Now, intentions are so powerful. We underestimate them. Most of energetic and psychic work is done with intention, firm intention. And the more you know that your intention works, the better it works because you trust it. If you're not there, you'll get there, but practice now, I would say, by saying clearly something like, I release this person, say their name, this relationship. I bless them and send them on their way. Just see them floating off into the sunset. They could be on a boat or anything you like. You can light a candle and make it a ceremony. You can state your intention and then blow it out. You can write it down and then again rip it up or burn it, the paper. But it's so important to set your intention. And if you're on the fence about whether you want to set your intention to be without this person because you're hoping you get back together, my advice is to set the intention and let them go, because if they're right and you upgrade to your higher timeline, they'll come in as a better version anyway, but they may not. And the trick to that is not to let go because you're expecting them to come back. That it's a conditional letting go, and it doesn't work. So, I mean, energetically, it doesn't work. So you have to authentically, fully let them go. That's what I recommend as an energy healer. So, second tip, I recommend seeing your ex as a messenger. So they're no longer human. See them as bringing you positive lessons. What did the relationship teach you? What did your ex teach you? Some things you might have learned about. You could have learned about boundaries, self-love, what you want in a relationship. You could learn about your needs, your preferences, your self-worth, your power. You could learn all kinds of things. You could learn about what you don't want. You could learn that you will never put up with that again. You'll learn that you're worth so much more than that. You'll learn that you could learn that you'll never abandon yourself again. Whatever those lessons are, and they may come up in layers, in phases. Like you'll think of you'll make a whole list of all your positive lessons and then let it sit. That's one thing you don't need to burn right away or rip up, because you'll probably have more to add to the list as the days go on. You may even 6 months down the line have another one to add. If you keep your list that long, you don't have to. So once you accept these lessons and you can energetically say, okay, I accept these lessons, universe, thank you. Thank you for the message. I accept the message. You imagine releasing the person again. That's really a powerful practice to do, and it pushes you forward in the breakup timeline, the healing timeline, quite a bit. So tip number 3, don't fight the changes. Don't try to revive the relationship. Don't put energy into reviving the past, like fighting for it, figuring out ways to make them love you again, figuring out ways to mend the fences. I don't think that's productive, and it's just getting you kind of, you're right in the middle of a new timeline shift. So you're not in the old timeline anymore. You're not in the new timeline yet. You're in the middle. So the last thing you want is to push yourself back to the old timeline that doesn't work. Let's say you get back together. Let's say you succeed in your efforts. It's not going to last because it's the old timeline and it doesn't work for you anymore. So do you want to go through all this again? Try to let go of the past and try not to fight for the person or for the relationship. That's I know that's harder. It's easier said than done, But that's my tip as far as a timeline perspective, timeline jumping perspective. Okay, so number 4 is also to do with timelines. Breakups are about timeline jumping. It's just how it works. Is to embrace the new timeline. So try to get excited. Try to lean into what's coming, into your new life, into your new frequency. Breathe into it, relax into it, get curious about who you're becoming. If you feel okay with angels and spirit guides, ask them to help you to feel safe with your new energy, because your nervous system and your brain doesn't like the unfamiliar. So relax into it, get curious about it, get excited about it. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5, everybody's talking, or it seems like everybody on Instagram and all the social media outlets are talking about, social media channels, they're talking about main character energy. I love this. I love main character energy. I think of, like, fairy tales and who's the main character. It's amazing. So I want you to be in your main character energy. So I want every thought to be directed to you. I want every thought, what I'm trying to say is every thought that you think about your ex, I want to be directed to you. So think about yourself. What do you want? What do you enjoy? What hobbies do you want to explore? What brought you joy as a child? Focus on your life, your growth, your happiness, your work, your friends, your family, your joy, your sparkling. Like, what lights you up? What makes your heart sing? Go back to that. You matter. You matter. You are the most important person in your life. So embrace that main character energy. And tip number 6 is to use a supportive mantra. Every time you think about your ex, have an affirmation or a affirmation or a mantra in mind. Like I am loved and chosen, or I'm safe, all is well, everything is working out for me, everything's going my way. Every time you think about your ex, just automatic, automatic, back to your mantra, back to your affirmation. It's really, really helpful. So tip number 9 is to pay attention to the energetic ties between you and your ex. So when you have energetic ties, it's like invisible threads connecting you. And the deeper your relationship was, the deeper the ties will be, or the more intense, the stronger they're going to be. That's why you can't stop thinking about them. That's why you feel their energy around you. That's why you feel stuck. You can't move forward. It's energetic. And when you've been with someone a really long time, like you're married or you're nearly married, you're almost merged with them. And you can be very close to being merged or merged. Definitely have cords to them, to your in-laws, to their family. It's like a whole energetic web. So what I would do is I would do a cord cutting visualization. So that's okay. Just a minute. I would do a cord cutting visualization. And what I mean by that is to imagine cords that are between you and your ex, sit quietly and visualize taking scissors of white light to cut the cords. And you can ask Archangel Michael or your guides of the highest light to help, and that can really help. Now that's for, like, kind of simple cords. For deeper healing, sometimes you need a more intense energetic cleanse, and that looks like complete energetic cleansing, clearing all cords at every level, separating your energy field from you and your in-laws. It can involve energetic divorce if you need it for a marriage or a marriage-like partnership. That's all in my post-breakup energy cleanse program. And I work with Archangel Metatron and a team, I'm getting tongue-tied. I work with Archangel Metatron and a team of the highest light to do that for you. So that link is going to be in the description below if you're interested in that. So don't ignore the energetic side of your breakup. It's going to be the difference between you feeling really good moving forward, feeling confident, feeling strong, feeling powerful, and feeling stuck in the past. So I really encourage you paying attention to that. So let's go through some client stories, student stories, I should say. So Blaze, she's doing healing work to meet someone. She was doing manifesting. She was doing inner work, which is great. She met a guy she thought was perfect for her. And after like 10 dates, they were exclusive, and he decided to ghost her. Like, he went on a trip and never came back. She would have blamed herself and said, "What did I do wrong?" But she did healing. She did my post breakup energy cleanse program, and she did some private sessions with me as well, some one-to-ones, some healing sessions. And she decided the lesson was that he was good for her, but not good enough, because she deserves someone who shows up. She deserves someone consistent. And the ghosting revealed that he wasn't that person, and he was a messenger showing her what she deserved. So she didn't waste months. She didn't waste months chasing him or being obsessed. She let go immediately. She focused on herself. She's super happy. She's in main character energy, and she's working on manifesting her next relationship, which she intends to be the love of her life, and she'll get there. So let's talk about Maya. Maya was married for 20 years. She had 3 kids, so she has 3 kids. She started doing all kinds of self-development work. She started, her ex wasn't. She started to outgrow her marriage, and she just felt like her husband was so heavy, and being around him was so heavy. And finally, after putting up with these feelings for years and feeling bad about it, she decided to get a divorce because she accepted they were not in alignment, and she wanted to move forward as the best version of herself in her highest timeline. And so she did my post breakup energy cleanse program, and she's now thriving and glowing. The healing helped her so much. She's firmly in her new timeline, and she's focused on herself and her possibilities, and she's just feeling really good. So that's brilliant. And then one more student, Sandra, she did the post breakup energy cleanse program, and she had been obsessed with her ex for years, like 8 years. No judgment, it happens. After the program, she let go completely, and she met someone really wonderful. It's not meant, the program isn't meant to manifest a new partner, but sometimes clearing the way is enough to bring in what's right for you. So that's brilliant. So, wrapping up, I know that I've given you a lot to think about, but the more dedicated you are to healing, and healing in an energy sense, the faster you will heal. It does get easier, I promise. It gets a lot easier. The more you focus on you, the more you focus on you and your recovery, your breakup recovery, and what you need to feel better, the easier it gets and the faster it is. So remember, you're always supported by spiritual helpers. You can ask your angels and guides to help you anytime. I work with Archangel Metatron and a spiritual team, but you can ask whatever helpers and guides of the highest light that you like, any archangels or angels. Try to trust the universe for what's meant for you, and see your breakup as a graduation. It's part of your path. It's part of your evolution. And eventually you might look back and see it as a breakthrough. Like, that was the turning point. That's when I really upgraded my life. And that's fantastic. And you probably will see it like that. So if this was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Please help me help more people upgrade their lives. And the links are in the description to learn more about my programs, the post-breakup energy cleanse program, my timeline jumping and manifesting teaching, my courses, my private one-to-one intuitive healing sessions. And that's for breakup recovery or whatever else is going on for you. I also do medical intuition sessions, and I do timeline jumping manifestation one-to-one sessions. And I have some other online programs on my website. So the links are all below. Let's start with what we talked about today. Just try to believe in yourself. I know it sounds complicated that we went through all this, but if you implement the steps, it's really going to speed things up. And I know that you've got this. So see you in the next video. I'm sending you love and sparkling light. Have a great day, and talk to you soon. Bye.